If you find yourself looking for the perfect home studio desk, there's a few things you might want to consider before making your purchase. How much space do you have to work with? Is it expandable and will it allow you to future-proof your setup? And is it a good bang for your buck? Today we're taking a look at the desk that I feel checks all the boxes, the RAB Audio ProRak LS840 Studio Desk. Let's roll that intro. What's up, YouTube universe? This is Jacob Dark, and if you're new here, I'm someone who's always trying to get my hands on the latest gear to test, review, and give my opinions to help everyday people just like me make that final purchase decision. Now, if you decide to purchase any of the products featured in today's video and you find this video helpful and want to support this channel, you can do so by using the links in the description. Now, let's not waste any more time and get into today's video. I just moved into my new apartment and I'm super excited about finally getting to crack open this box that's been sitting in my old living room for about a week now. Taking a look inside the box, I was pretty surprised at how well they wrapped everything. I mean, this thing is tighter than my current waistline, trying to fit into my 20-year-old self pants. Big kudos on packaging. As someone who's received damaged furniture before, this is one you won't have to worry about. Once you have it unwrapped, you'll end up with 10 pieces that are pretty straightforward to put together and only took me about 30 minutes to complete. Once assembled, the desk stands about 40.5 inches wide, has a depth of 31 inches, and is height adjustable with the top tier standing between 35 and 38 inches tall. It's got a total of 5 different height settings you can choose from when putting the desk together by determining which set of holes you want to use on the legs. This makes the desk super ergonomic, as I once had a rack mount desk where the top tier sat so high I began to develop neck pain after using it for a few months. Since I'm coming from a gray desk, I wanted to add a bit of color to the all-black layout, so I bought these Corsair mouse pads which fit the desk almost perfectly to give it a little bit of style. As you can see, this is a dual 4U rack mount desk capable of holding up to 8 pieces of analog gear. While I've been using just an audio interface for a while now, I figured it was time to dive back into a full channel strip, and having a rack mount desk allows me to do so and future-proof my setup. Now, I'm not trying to knock other companies, but I've seen some desks with similar, even less rack mount spaces for over $1,000, and I really feel that out of the options on the market today, the LS840 at only $399 is a steal. Save your money for your gear. Another solid feature worth noting is the cable management feature built in behind the rack spaces. As you can see, my cables are quite a cluttered mess, but once I have all of my gear into place, well, if you won't tell, I won't tell. This little groove they added just below the bottom space is brilliant, as it allows you to run your cables from things like MIDI devices, keyboards, and mouses without any risk of damage to the cord. Now, this desk does come with a keyboard tray, but since my last desk didn't have one, I kinda got used to it, so I decided not to install it. Another big reason is that I use gaming chairs, and if you're not familiar, they sit pretty high even at their lowest settings, so that could mean that I'd be unable to push the chair under the desk if I had the tray installed. My last desk was built so that I couldn't use a boom arm, so luckily this desk is super solid and at under 1 inch thick allows me to do so. I'm now rocking a Warm Audio WA-MBA boom arm, which complements my SM7B perfectly, allowing for more versatility in my setup. I can now stream and narrate content from the seat of my chair, thanks to the sturdiness and build quality of both the LS840 and WA-MBA combo. Before I wrap this video up, let's take a look at a few other desks that caught my attention and why I chose the LS840 instead. There's the Studio Trends 46 Studio Desk, which is a direct competitor at the same price point, and if you remember, I actually used to own this desk years ago when I did my first How to Build a Home Studio video. My main issue with this desk, besides not being a fan of the maple and cherry color schemes, is that the top tier sat at almost 40 inches high, so I always found myself looking up instead of looking in front of me to see my monitor. As a photographer and video editor, this is a no-go. Another desk is the Buso Audio Artist 61. While I'll admit it's a bit stylish, we're talking over $1,000 for a similar build and a desk that has less rack space than the LS840, and that's just too expensive when you look at the competition out there. And last, a desk that's been on my list for some time, the Platform by Output. The gray version of their desk is super stylish, and I've had my eye on it, but ultimately, besides being about $1,000, it's just too big to fit into my bedroom studio, and I'd need to have a dedicated space before I could even consider it. So, why did I decide to get a new rack mount desk anyway? Well, as I said earlier, I just moved into a new place, and with a new place comes a new setup and new gear. Now, make sure you stay tuned because I have a new how to build a home studio video on the way, which is going to take a up close and personal look at the gear that will be housed in this desk. You can kind of see some of it in the background, can't you? Nope, no cheating. Would I recommend this desk to a fellow home studio owner? Not only would I recommend it, but I'm going to make a bold statement and say that if you're a home studio owner, this is the desk you need to have. If you're looking for a low-cost solution that takes up minimal space, has expandability options, and has great build quality, for only $399, the LS840 is an absolute win for RAB audio. That's going to do it for today, so as always, be sure to hit that subscribe button and that notification bell so you can be alerted each time I upload more content. So until next time, thank you for watching, stay tuned, and have a great day.